Hello everyone and welcome to Magic Gathering Strat. I'm Binkabi and this will be a Dragons of Tarkir Fatal Forge draft, and we have opened a sweet pack. We got a Looter, Sarkhan's Rage if we want to go either red aggro or control. We got the Shield Bearer, Thurus Breaker but Bearer. Center Soul, Artillerist is pretty nice. Self-inflicted wound is decent, Draconic Roar, but we have a Dragonlord Silumgar and I'm not passing that up. Two color cards have to be pretty powerful, but this is like a giant win condition that can block very well, and taking their best thing seems like something we are interested in doing. This is a good aggressive card. This is also a good aggressive card. I'm looking at the Palace Familiar. There's another Sarkhan's Rage, jeez. So an uncommon got taken. It doesn't really say that much. There is a few good uncommons, but I guess it's not aggressive. So we're shipping good red cards and at least a decent black card, I guess. But Palace Familiar is actually quite good. I like it a lot. What did you do? No. We got a monument, that's pretty cool. But when I'm looking over here, I see an Ojutai summon, which is one of my favorite cards from the set. Mystery of Kirin is really good. Tread Upon is decent. Monument would be my next pick. Otherwise this pack is pretty weak. It's a decent green card and a decent white card, and then it falls off pretty fast. Pressed Advantage. It's good when you get to resolve it to its fullest potential, but that is hard to do. Illusory Gains. Is that better than the Skeleton? Defreet is also very good. We also have a Spellfist, which I do like the Faithful as well, but the Spellfist seems like it could be perfect for this deck. Blocks very well, gets in for a few points. I don't think this is good. It's like a temporary pacifism that they can play around. I'll pass on that. Alright, we got an Anticipate and a Marsh Hulk. Anticipate gets better when we have better cards, but I think Marsh Hulk will be my pick. Beastbreaker is really good. I've been impressed with this card. It's a decent 2-drop, and the formidable activation is more relevant than you might imagine. Loose Calm, something we have to remember, but I think Marsh Hulk will be my pick here. Alright. Void Squall, decent. Custodian, better than you might think. But we've got a Lore Master. I think that's better than the Custodian. And I think it's better than Vial too. We should be able to pick up a few removals. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Lore Master. That's a very late lurker, and I'm gonna pick it up. Might be a shump blocker, but alright. What did you do? Cast a face down creature spell. Pay a mana cost to turn a manifest creature face up, or pay a morph cost. Well, it's a wall, that's for sure. But I'm looking at the breath. I think I'm gonna take that. We're not necessarily going to be that defensive, and you never know. I'm not gonna play any of these cards, so Artillerist it is. Do I want the Rending Volley? Glint is pretty weird. Just gonna pick a Vial, it's decent. Negate for the board. Well, If they want to side that in, they can do it. Spider Signet is, I guess, a playable. Alright, black is not flowing, let's just say that. But blue seems pretty open. I mean, we've got some pretty good blue card slate. Could be that blue is not it's not uncontested, and it could be that there weren't many good blue cards open, but I mean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blue cards out of 14 spells is pretty good. Marsh Hulk. Yeah, it's pretty decent. 4/6 for 6 mana is already not a bargain, but I mean, it's okay. Oh, it has summon, pretty good. Yeah, I like the start. Dragon Lord Silumgar will probably end a few matches. It is situational, but I think it's worth it. Otherwise I would probably be taking Interceptor. Yeah, Fall Renewal seems pretty good. Whenever such a creature attacks, the only thing we have is Dragon Lord, but he's legendary, so I don't think that's a good card. We have a Cobra, which is a brick wall, and another Oetai summon. Which one do I want more? I don't think it's Anticipate. It's still a fine card, but I'm not gonna take it over actual good cards. How we're looking at on the defensive department, I guess we're pretty good. Yeah, I'm just gonna take another summons. I think the card is really good. Updraft Element, I like it. Shambling Goblin, pretty nice. We haven't gotten any exploit cards, so we don't need it, I don't think. Defeat is mediocre, but I guess Acid Spear Dragon will fit the bill. It's not a fantastic card, but I mean it's an early 2/2 and later on it turns into a 4/4 flyer. It's good, but I'd rather play against it. I'd much rather have another Palace Familiar. Trading for something early, giving the card back, or getting in for damage. What can go wrong with a card like that? So Spellfist into a Morph into Breath into Summons, yeah. We're gonna beat down. Or we can just go like Spellfist block, kill something, take their best bomb and go to town. Of all the cards here, I think the Vial is the one I want to cut the most. It's just one of those cards that you'd rather not play, but as a 20-second card, I mean, there are way worse cards than that. I don't get why people don't like this as much. Seems like a good deal to me. Well, this is a pretty disappointing pack. That's pretty good. Do we want to coat with Venom? Or do we want the Defender? I mean, it's not... or the Attendant. I don't think any of those cards are fantastic. I guess at that point, would I rather have this? I guess so. I might still pick up an exploit card or two. Sight Beyond Sight is another favorite card of mine from this set, and there is nothing else for me here except maybe Shambling Goblin, so sure. There we have a Sadist if we want an exploit card, but it's probably the worst of all. Just gonna take another breath. Follow follow it up with another lurker. Yeah, I'm not dashing. Tiger Strike I don't think I need. So it says 7 other spells, but we have 2 summons, so it's in fact only 5, so we're looking okay there. We have a card draw, a removal, 2 frost breaths, and another removal. Got another attendant. I don't really want that many. I don't think we are going to play them. Duress might make it in if we really have to. So with the blue spells I have, I would much rather have been red, but red was not very open. So do we want an ancient crap? Do I want to hate something? We're not going to play this. Do we take the flying 4 for Trampler or the 7/6 on the ground? Yeah. Oh, we're gonna say this anyway. Probably making it in. I'm gonna cut the attendant. They're decent, but for now we don't really need them. We're looking pretty good, I think. What do we want from this pack? I mean, a removal wouldn't be too shabby, or 2. So we're doing fine on win conditions. We have unblockable guys, we have a lot of flyers, and so on. So removal and maybe 1 more card draw spell would be pretty good. Something like Mistfire Adept I would not be unhappy taking. That card is just busted. I see. There's a Pyrotechnics which we could splash. It's very good. Monster Siege. It doesn't really do that much. I mean, you get to loot and that's fine, but it's more likely that you're gonna deck yourself than anything else. We could take Dousing Gloom though. It might be better than the Pyrotechnics. The Pyrotechnics is far better, of course, but there's also a Lotus Path Djinn, which is probably better than a Dousing Gloom. We are looking pretty good over here at the early stages of the game. Is it too greedy to take the Pyrotechnics? Is it worth the splash? Should we take the Djinn and be happy? Or do we actually want this? I don't think so. I'm gonna be greedy, I'm gonna take the Pyrotechnics. See if we can make it work. Oh jeez. Not a good card. So what we have here? No black cards besides a sure shot, which is pretty good. Blue cards, no. Then I'm gonna take the Bathing Dragonfire. So now we have to pick up a red land. Frostwalker decent, and that's about it. Will of the Naga is also pretty good, but Swift Toward the Cliffs is exactly what the doctor ordered here. No, those are not splash cards. All of those cards are horribly bad. So do I take the land from someone, the Mardu Scout from someone, or the Grim Contest from someone? I will have a pretty hard time against the Grim Contest. I don't think it will be as bad against Mardu Scout. Sure. Might splash that too. Will of the Naga and nothing else, really? Ward skill right now. Yeah, alright, I'll take a Will of the Naga. There's a Cunning Strike. I was gonna say another dead pack, but I guess we take the Cunning Strike. Our colors have really dried up. Like, holy crap. They're completely gone. There isn't a single card here. Alright. I guess Jeske Rune Mark. Red or white permanent. we will never have that. What do we have in the sideboard? Alright, we have enough playables, I think. I'm just gonna take the harsh sustenance. There we have at least a card we can play. I wouldn't mind a collateral damage, but with only one red source, I don't think we can take it. Not even sure we're gonna play the Cunning Strike. Yeah. Where are you there? Refocus or nothing? Alright, refocus it is. How many harsh sustenance can one pick up before someone actually uses them to something? Sure, we'll take that. Yeah, our colors, I don't know what happened, but they vanished. Yeah, all of those are still bad. So let's see, the Attendants can go in, the Nemesis can go in, Negate, Glint, Duress. Sure. I don't think Harsh Sustenance will make it in. I certainly hope it's not going to, but we will see. Define target, thank you. Alright, so I think it looked solid, and then I don't know what happened. From Patriot Forged, in our main colors, we got a Hill Giant, a Refocus, and I think that's it. That is pretty impressive. Alright, let's see here. What can we build of this pile? I think our base is still good enough that we can make something useful. What did you do? Yeah, right. Your secretly spells, or creatures rather. Your 2. So this is 29, obviously we're not gonna play everything. First of all, the creatures, we have 16. We're gonna cut at least one. And I guess it's a Dutiful Attendant, and I think I'm gonna cut the Nemesis too, I don't really like that. Then at least 4 spells. The rest can go with 1 extra red source. How many mountains would we have to play with? 3 red cards, probably at least 2. I think I'm going to cut the Cunning Strike and just play 2 red sources. Maybe 3, but I don't think so. So at least 2 more cards. Of Glint and Negate, I'd rather play I only have 1 creature I really want to protect. Guess I'd rather run the Negate then. Then it became harder. We don't have any delve cards besides Will of the Naga, but we have 3 of those effects. It's kind of a lot. Maybe it's good enough. Yeah, I'm gonna cut Negate and Vial of Dragonfire, I think. I don't think it's good enough. 18 lands. I do think we want 18 lands. Let's see what you say. 2 mountains. Only 5 swamps. I think that's incorrect. 6 swamps, 10 blue sources. Yeah, that seems about right. So 1 more red source than I anticipated. Do I play Cunning Strike at that point? The card that would be cut, if that's the case, is probably Refocus. It's not very good. Can untap a Palace Familiar and ambush something. Yeah, sure, I think we can support it. So the plan, stall, drop something that can win the game, kill everything, and what we can't kill we will tap down. Good plan. I'll see you in a few moments at the first match.